things just took a major turn as the Memphis Grizzlies organization still unsure on what to do when it comes to Jaren Jackson Jr.'s future, and one writer claiming they'll have to give up a Grizzlies fan favorite in the process. We'll answer those questions in just a moment, but hello everybody, Jared Alatorre with another episode of Grizzlies Digest. If you find yourself here, this is your home for Grizzlies offseason this summer. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed, and for the 89% of you who watch these videos and do not subscribe, I want to connect with you. I want you to leave comments. I want you to like videos. I want you to subscribe so I can get connected with you, so I can get to know you. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss another upload from us. And getting into the content, which is the Grizzlies may have to suffer more to extend Jaren Jackson Jr. This is from Jack Simone, of the Grizzlies fan-sided page. He has, in order to extend Jaren Jackson Jr. at the max number possible, the Memphis Grizzlies may need to trade Ja Konchar. Now, we talk about Konchar as not a guy who's a sexy scorer necessarily, but a rare guy who's a fan favorite that comes in off the bench, does the dirty work, plays the defense, plays it to the all. And for those of you who are thinking, oh yeah, Ja Konchar provided such great minutes late in the season and in the playoffs, and just Exhibit A for right here, going back to a couple of years ago against the Lakers. Look at that projection right on Anthony Davis, meeting him at the summit. Dillon Brooks, Aldama loving it. I mean, this is what Ja Konchar can bring you. The hustle points. You know, there was an old player for the Boston Celtics. I know a lot of you Celtic fans can remember the name Tommy Heinsohn. Okay, back whenever he was around with us calling Celtic games, it was during the broadcast whenever he would give Tommy points, and basically what that means is kind of like kind of an all-Madden term, something on a list where you want to be on. Basically, hustle points, extra points, basically points that will get the coach to notice you, put you in the game for more minutes. You earn your minutes by doing dirty work like that. That is Ja Konchar, and unfortunately for Jack Simone, he adds it's for Jaren Jackson Jr. specifically. So going back to Jaren Jackson Jr. not being eligible for the Supermax, if the Memphis Grizzlies want to extend Jaren Jackson Jr. up to his max contract extension number, they will need to make some extra room on the books, which likely means they need to dump Ja Konchar's salary. Sam Vecini and Bryce Simon, sorry to Sam if I botched that up, Bryce Simon were discussing the potential extension on the Game Theory podcast, noting that in order to get Jackson to his max extension starting spot of $51.03 million in the 26-27 season, they would need to renegotiate his current salary to around $36 million. Right now, Jackson's slated to make $23.4 million next season, which is an absolute bargain for the production that he's been giving for the Grizzlies in the past few seasons. And it kind of makes me feel bad that a guy like Jaren Jackson, who has upped his game pretty much every year, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, he is a defensive all-around player. I mean, defensive player of the year. He's made all NBA teams. And for his production, $23 million, I mean, anybody's going to accept $23 million. But for his play on the court, you almost feel like it's a little bit of an insult. And that's why the question keeps coming up about what Jaren Jackson could actually do this offseason. Could he actually go somewhere to get paid? Does he love Memphis enough to stay? Can we get something in order to get Jackson Jr. to stay at the table? And unfortunately, him staying at the table might mean for Konchar to leave the table for good, unfortunately. But this, continuing with the article from Simone, he adds, where can the Grizzlies trade Ja Konchar? So Simone adds, in order to ship out Konchar, the Grizzlies just have to find a team with enough cap space to take him in without sending anything out. That could also mean a team that has a big enough trade exception to fit his $6.165 million contract. So Ja Konchar obviously not making as much as compared to his peers, but he does add a bit of that grit, that Memphis side to him that fans really love so well. And he's a bit of an older guy on this young core with Morant, Bane, Clark, Jackson. And come to think of it, Konchar's been there for a little bit. He's been there for a minute. So, I mean, not only would you erase that veteran presence, but you erase someone who has kind of grown into the Grizzlies system, who knows a lot and has seen a lot in his tenure here with Memphis. He's seen a lot of playoffs, seen a lot of playoff games, a lot of playoff woes, the ups, the downs, and you want to keep someone like John Konchar on your organization just because of the rare stuff that he brings to the table. Kind of the stuff that not a lot of players can do in today's day and age. Not a lot of players want to accept the role of doing the dirty work. So that's why I think that his presence is needed here in Memphis, and it would be sorely missed if he were to be traded somewhere else. But going into the article again, Simone adds some teams that instantly come to mind include the Memphis Grizzlies and the Detroit Pistons, though the former of those two squads may be a bit more interested in taking on dead money in exchange for draft capital, as the Nets likely won't be in the playoff picture next season. Well, I'd say for the Memphis Grizzlies, you want to see what you can get just at all, right? But if you're looking at one of those two teams, you would expect them to go in the route of the Detroit Pistons. Like, hey, this young team, they're really doing things. What can we take away from them, right? You're looking at Brooklyn and you're going, okay, excuse me, they're doing a lot of rebuilding right now. So I think the route we'd want to go to might be to call up Detroit, see what they got to offer. But for Jaren Jackson Jr., obviously it's a very sensitive situation with him, right? Because you want to keep him. He's not going to be eligible for that Supermax, unfortunately, but you want to keep him. But now you're in this pickle about hey, unfortunately for him, he's not going to get paid that max, right? But for you, Zach Kleiman, you get to save a little bit of money. But for Jaren Jackson Jr., you have to keep him at the table. We can talk about all this trade. We can talk about John Konchar we can talk about all of that. But the point is going to be, how can we keep Jaren Jackson Jr. at the table? And I think that's really what's going to be the $1 million question this offseason. And for Zach Kleiman, I mean, I think that he probably goes to sleep every night thinking, can we keep Ja Morant? Can we keep Desmond Bane? Can we keep Jaren Jackson? But also these other guys, what can we keep them? Can we keep Aldama, Edey, Wells, Konchar, Kennard, or if not, then what can we get? So, again, off season, a lot of things are bound to happen. Thank you so much. That's going to do it for this video. Jared Alatorre here for Grizzlies Digest. If you did like this video, you can like this video, comment on this video, share this video, leave a comment down below on your thoughts about John Konchar. Should the Grizzlies trade him? Should they not? Jaren Jackson Jr., what does Zach Kleiman have to do? What do the Grizzlies organization, what do the Grizzlies have to do to keep Jaren Jackson Jr. at the table? Sorry, that's a lot of J's. I'm still trying to get into it. It's been another long day, but appreciate you listening. Jared Alatorre here for Grizzlies Digest. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good night.